Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to No Man's Land. So, title of this episode is obviously, and this series is to do with the fantastic Jack Sarge's new adventure, the Banished adventure. But I thought I'd bring you back to No Man's Land and the Build It challenge, which was another challenge that I started, well, pretty much near the start of this iteration of the game. So FS22 came out, I started on Belron, and then did a little bit on a couple of other maps, and then I started on this challenge here. So I thought we'd come back and have a quick look. I've made a few changes over time. I've been dabbling in this on this map ever since, so I've added a few things in recently, which includes the old water storage here, and I've got greenhouse in here. The sheds over here have changed a little bit, and the layout a little bit. Some of the vehicles have disappeared because I've got rid of mods and stuff like that, and some of the sheds, but generally a lot of it is still here. But what we're going to do, we're going to go for a little drive. I've got myself a lovely pickup, and this may well be the truck I use for the new challenge. But let's get out of here. Ooh, can't see. There we go. That's a bit better. Get this gate open, and we'll go for a little bit of a drive back towards the stores, I think. So things have changed, as I said. Little things have changed. Down here I've changed it for an actual olive grove as opposed to the olive trees that we had before, just because they're a bit more productive. And obviously a lot of our trees and things have grown up over the years. Our horses are still here, and bits and bobs. But what we're going to do, we're just going to drive over this way first, because we're going to show you where our next challenge is going to start. And then what we'll probably do is go through a little bit of the explanation of the Jack Sarge's adventure. He's not called it a challenge, he's called it an adventure, which is brilliant. So we're going to just park up here just next to our quarry, and the reason being is we're going to go into build mode, send the drone up. There's my quarry. So this is the area of the map that we're going to be using. So we've got a few rules of the challenge, and I've put the full description in the comments, or in the description of this episode. So in this plot here, which is plot 10, is your starting plot, and within it you can set yourself up a basic plot and basic accommodation. So that's the idea. Now once that's set up, then you need to reduce your money down to $150,000 dollars, euros, pounds, whatever you're using, and then you need to start farming or doing whatever you want to do to start making money, because the idea is then you start buying all the plots that are along this edge of the map. Now if I go into the map itself, my save here, I used every plot except the edge of the map. I used a couple of the edges just to make a few things lower down, but I didn't use any of the periphery of the map here, none of it at all. So that's why I've taken on this adventure, because I have not used any of these plots before. So we need to start this one, and then we have to work in number order all the way along this edge until we fill that edge, and then we can start filling in these sections as well. So basically working our way down the map using the edges. So that's the plan. Now there are a few provisos and rules within the challenge. We can't use anything super unrealistic, which is fair enough, and as I said, you must buy the adjacent plot to the one you're working on or have just bought, and use all those plots against the side of along the edge of that map first. So what we're going to do, the other thing is, starting equipment wise, you must start with a truck, and yeah, that is the one piece of equipment you're allowed to start with. So as you've seen, I have the TLX here, so we're going to be using that as our starting vehicle. But I thought I'd quickly show you what I have done on No Man's Land, because I know a lot of people are new to the channel, so thank you very much for subscribing. Those that have seen No Man's Land before will know that this fire station has changed a little bit as well. So we've put in a proper fire station here now. Some of the vehicles again have disappeared, but that's just the part of the course of, I haven't done this challenge for about 2 years, so a lot of the mods I use and have changed over the years. So as you can see, we built ourselves a nice big town and everything like that before. So what we're going to do, we're going to head down here, head down to the main stores, to the dealership. As Milk That Head said, we might see Sharon, but we're going to go and see them there, and we're going to get ourselves some equipment. We'll get ourselves our equipment and get ourselves started on this challenge. So next time you see this, there'll be nothing on this map, nothing at all, apart from our plot that we've just bought, and we'll give you the bit of the backstory to that when we get there. Welcome back to No Man's Land, and it is now empty. So we've started a new save, and the Banished adventure begins. So I've bought my plot. Now I have my plot up here, fit plot 10, which is our starting plot. Now unfortunately, for some reason, what I did was I put in a road that takes us there, and for some reason this will not sell it again. It says there's objects on it, but there aren't, so I don't know what's going on there. But when it comes to it, and if we do ever buy that plot, then I will take the money out of our account for it, if that makes sense. So that's the only odd bit that's on here. Over here we have our farmhouse, and we have a well, so we will show you all that in a second. I have my TLX 1982, and the only thing I've changed on it is we have this attachment here, which is the rear truck hitch, which allows us to have a PTO on this vehicle. I want to just thank Milk That Hen for that idea, because he used that on his Carpathian Countryside series, so thank you very much for that top tip. So we have that here, and now what we need to do is go over to see our plot. Now a little bit of role play here. So the plot we have purchased was access point to logging beyond the mountains in the background then. So there is a track that takes us in and round the back of the hill. There is an old logging track, old logging road, but is in a bit of disrepair. Now the plot we've purchased has been owned by someone in the past, or people have lived on there before, because there is remnants and leftover bits and bobs, namely a little shed and a little trailer that is obviously been lived in before. So we'll go and show you that in just a bit, but what we're going to do before we head over there, we are going to purchase some equipment. Now our money is at 150,000 as per rules of the challenge, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a start straight away this episode, and I have a feeling we're probably going to spend a big chunk of that 150,000, which I'm a little bit worried about, because we do need to make money as well. So we're going to head over there, and I have been watching Jack Sarge's and Milk That Hen's series on this so far, and I'm going to try and do it a little bit differently, but inevitably there are going to be some similarities as well, just to get ourselves up and running. So I apologise if it is a little bit samey, but I will endeavour to make it as different as I possibly can as well. I am going to do and set my own rule to this as well, that I am going to do any landscaping I do is going to be out of my own pocket. So I'm going to make that my own rule, and we'll see how we get on. Part of the rules of this adventure as well is that it must be on hard economy, and 2-day season seems to be the general consensus. I'm going to play at ×2, and that's going to be the speed I'm going to be playing at just now, but I may increase that or decrease that depending on what we're going to do. I said hard economy needs to be on, 2-day seasons, and then the other things I have on here, what am I doing? I have crop destruction on, periodic ploughing is on, field stones is off just now, but might go back on. I've got lime on and weeds on. Dirt is fast, and then as Jack Sarge has said, if you're not on PC you can put your fuel economy to low because it is a long way away from the stores, and the general wear and tear and cost of fuel is going to be greater for someone on console than it is on PC. So that is why my fuel economy is on low. So we're going to nip in here and we'll go and see inverted commas Sharon. You're right, my dear. And we're going to purchase some bits and bobs. Now, in the used sales, we already have a seeder, so I'm going to purchase that straight off the back. It's a bargain, 3,000. It's not a large seeder, but our fields aren't going to be large to start with anyway, so we're going to buy that. So that's been purchased. I did think about buying that, but I'm not going to. It's quite a lot of money, and we don't need it just now. But what we are going to buy is a few things. So the first thing I'm going to do is something to transport things, and we're going to purchase our low loader. So I'll buy that. The other thing I need to do is buy something for harvesting grass. So makes sense to cut the grass before we do any field work. So I'm going to purchase this, the John Deere, and I'm going to have a John Deere theme on this playthrough. I very rarely play with John Deere equipment, so I'm going to use it on this series. Put some mirrors on it, and then we're just going to alter the colours a little bit. I think everything else can stay the same. I'm not too bothered about any extra expense on that, and that is a nice cheap grass cutter for us. I'll buy the attachment for it as well. There we go. So that's that. And then what we need is something for collecting it and turning it into hay. So what we need is grass cutting equipment. So we'll go tether first. Now I can't have anything 3-point hitch just now, so it leaves me with not many choices, to be honest. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to go for the Rostel Mash. Nice and cheap. I know Jack Sarge has used this as well. Did I use that as a teddy? Yes. So Jack Sarge has used these as well, but yeah, for a pull along it seems to make sense, and it's cheap as well, which is good. So we're going to get that, and then we're also going to get the windrower version of it as well. Now I have got other windrowers. I could potentially use that. It's 52. That's 52. That I could use, but it's 33. And the rest are 3-point. Is that 3? No, that is a 3-point hitch as well. That's 3-point. That's 3-point. That is 3-point. Is that? That's 3-point. Yeah, so all these are 3-point hitches. So I could go for the Vermeer, but I think just to get us going, we're just going to go with this. We'll keep it in red, this one, so it's a different colour. And then last things we need is mower. Oh no, we've got mower. We need a baler. Baler, that's what we need. So I'm going to go for John Deere again. And we'll just keep that totally standard, that's fine. There we go. And the last thing I'm going to purchase is a water tank. We need that because I have a plan for what we're about to match the TLX, shall we? I'm going to go white, I think. Yep. So 8,500 for that. So that leaves us just under 100,000 left, which is not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the mower onto here. We don't need that just now, so that can stay here. And then I'll maybe bring the water tank as well. So we'll grab those, and then what I'll do is we will see you on the way to our new plot. And it is a plot, it's not a farm yet. Right, we will see you in a few seconds. Okay, so got a little road train going on here. So managed to get it all there. Great thing about this little low loader is it's got a hitch on the back as well, so we can carry more stuff, which is good. So this is the track I've put in. Basically allows us access to our land, and then deleted the ground after that. So so when you look at my August financials, they'll be a bit all over the place. But hopefully it'll all make sense in the end. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It seems to be traversing again. Don't know why it's been doing it. That has already done that once. Maybe it's because the wheels are at that angle. I don't know. So so hope everyone's well. This is the first episode I've recorded since I started chemotherapy. For those that don't know, maybe new to the channel, welcome. Hope you're all well. Thank you very much for subscribing. For those that have resubscribed recently, I've just hit 600 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. But yes, for those that don't know, I'm going through I got diagnosed with testicular cancer, and I'm going through chemotherapy just now. So this is the first episode I've actually recorded since starting that, episodes will be just few and far between, I'm afraid, just now, because I just don't have the energy and the focus to do it just now. But see how this one goes. So enough of that just now. Obviously we've got this track that takes us off-road here, and a very steep track up and over, and this is quite similar to how Milk That Hen had set up his tracks. So again, there are a few similarities there. Come on TLX, you can do it. Getting a bit of wheel spin, but we are getting there. So yes, it's steep, this ground. This ground is steep. But hopefully we will be able to conquer it. We will see how we get on. Knowing me, there will be mistakes along the way, but I'm not going to cover up those mistakes. I'm just going to get on with it. And if we make a mistake, we just need to work around the situation and the problem. We will see how we get on though. So far, we haven't got stuck, which is good. So we made it to the top of that very steep hill, which is definitely on the steeper side of most of the stuff we're going to be working on. So bring ourselves up here, and we'll introduce you to our plot, shall we? So the plot's been marked out very nicely by the person that sold it to us. So this is the logging track, and we'll see that in a little bit. But down here, when I was walking around, I thought I'd go for a little bit of a wander and just follow this path. And something a bit dubious has been going on down here. There's a river that flows down here as well. Obviously in a bit of a limestoney region, because it then disappears under the ground down here somewhere. Down there, a bit of a cave by the looks of it. But it looks like there's people been shooting down here, because there's some targets. There's a bit of a shooting gallery or pulpit up here. So, and And like I said, the land's been marked out by these paint pots on poles. So I think this stretches out and heads up, follows the tree line up here, and then yeah, goes all the way up. Now, one thing I have noticed is when I bought the plot, it did come with some amenities. So there is an electrical, some sort of power to the place, which is good. So if I follow this plot up here, this is the rest of our plot. So there is a bit of scope up here to mess about with the land up here. So it's not too bad. So if I take myself all the way up here, then this is where our land stretches out, and up here, whoever was here last has put in some wind generation as well. So we've got some wind power, which is fantastic, and I think the underground cable runs down our land, which basically follows down, and you can just about see it down there. We've got a wee shed down there, so we're going to head down there just now, but just to show you where our land stretches to. So it sort of stretches all the way around and back towards where we're parked. So we've got all this up here, but obviously you can see the hill here is pretty steep, so I think, don't know what to do with that. I might put trees on it. I think some of our income to start with is going to be from forestry. I'm not averse to a bit of forestry, I quite enjoy it, so I think we might do a bit of that. Let's just sort this blooming thing out again. There we go. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to raise up the suspension, because I think it's a bit rough along here. Now, I've not tried to drive along here with anything on the back of it. I did test getting along here. So yeah, as you can see, there's a natural spring has leaked out of here. Again, look, the hen did a little bit of this, so I apologise. Didn't mean to copy it, but I'd already started. And it's eroded the track here, so we're going to have to just take it easy getting across here. Obviously they knew about it. It's obviously washed away stuff, but yeah, it's pretty steep. Now, managing to get across it okay with this. Just about. A bit of a bump. And yeah, the login company obviously made it wide enough for getting their trucks and stuff along, so seems to make sense. I don't like the way that thing keeps falling off there, that's annoying. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take this down to here, and we're going to put that on there again before it falls off. I'm going to detach the tanker there, and I'm going to park this just here and put that down, take them off so it doesn't do any more walkies, and we'll leave that there like that. So we'll go down and have a quick look at our setup, shall we? If you can call it that. So obviously a track that takes us down this way, and there are a few trees in here, but obviously the forestry companies come in and take a lot of the big ones. There are a few big ones left, but so down here, whoever was here last has obviously created a bit of a flat area, which is nice. So I can leave equipment there or whatever we need to do. There's a shed. I've managed to find this, which is good, a little wardrobe for us. And then over here, in Scotland, we call these shepherding huts. So we've got a shepherding hut here and somewhere to sleep for the night. So it's all good. Got myself a little seat, somewhere to eat, and we've got a well here as well for water. So we have running water, we have power. On the top of here as well is a couple of solar panels. So I don't think we've actually got enough power to power everything. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some more solar in. So I'm going to spend a little bit of money on that. So we'll do that first. So these are 5,000 a pop, so they're not cheap, but it will do the job. I have these on here, I think. And they're all a bit skewy, but that's fine. Adds to the rustic look, as they say. So if I put 2 on there, that'll boost that. And then we've got power coming from there, we've got power coming from there, and that should help generate a bit of income for us as well. The other thing I'm going to add in as well is, where is it? It's in here somewhere. I need a toilet. I need somewhere to go to the loo. So it's in here somewhere. There it is. The outhouse. So this is by Omitana, and it's a fantastic little mod. If you've not used it before, I'll show you how it works. I think we'll have it in a grey colour, and I'll put it just out of the way out here. I don't want it too close to my caravan or my shepherding hut. Put it about there, maybe. Oh, sensitivity. There we go. So that's in. And the other thing I was going to put in is a greenhouse. Now, all the guys have put these in so far, so I'm going to do the same. It's Alien Jim's ones, so if I can find them. I need to go to greenhouses, that would help, wouldn't it, Martin? Do your job properly. There we go. I want to put this in as well, because the whole idea is I want to be self-sufficient on this plot before I move on. So that's going to be the plan. I need to find a spot for it. So if I can put it about here, that'll be that's pretty cheap there actually, isn't it? Let's go with that. And then finally, what I need to put in is a water source. So these this is under silo extensions, and I'm just going to use this. It's going to be plumbed in. We've got we're going to plumb this from the well to here, so that's going to give us a nice bit of water for our greenhouse. So what we want to do is turn this on first. Get this going. There we go. Going to put this on selling. We'll get that going straight away. Now the outhouse itself takes water to make slurry. So we're going to do that. So the first things first, and that's why I brought the water tanker down, is we're going to fill this up with water, like so. And then if we can start producing slurry, then that is going to be a fertiliser for our fields as well, which will be quite handy. So that means we can get more self-sufficient. And basically I'm simulating our outhouse here needs water for getting rid of the bees and boos, not to be too crude. And then yeah, we can start producing our slurry. So I'm going to stick that on. Now, as you've probably noticed, you get double back of whatever you put in, so water you get back the same. So once we start producing manure and wood chips and things like that, then we can start adding that in, and we're going to get manure as well. So I'm going to put 3 loads of this in, and then what we're going to do, we're going to head back up, and yeah, we'll start cutting some grass, I think. So that's my setup. That is my setup. So we are ready to go. I've got 82,000 in the bank still, which is low, but it's not too bad. As I said, we've got all our grass cutting equipment, so I might smooth that off a little bit as well, but for now we'll just leave it as that. Have I put flowers? I've put flowers in, haven't I? Oh, what an idiot. That was meant to be mushrooms. Ah. Right, first mistake made. There are some edible flowers you can eat. Dandelions. Is it geranium? Possibly. But yeah, there are some edible flowers. You probably will notice next episode that might have changed. We'll probably change that to mushrooms. What an idiot. Never mind. Like I said, with this cancer treatment I'm going through at the moment, it makes my brain a bit foggy, so I apologise if I have messed up there. But we will sort it in due course. I might get rid of that that bush there as well. We're just going to keep running it over. Right. There we go. So, get this parked up. We'll put this tanker away, and then yeah, we'll head over to get back up there, and we'll get this grass cut, shall we? So I'm going to put this water tanker down here, I think. We'll get this in place, and yeah, we'll go and get the mower off the trailer. Okay, so that's our mower off the trailer, and yeah, we're going to go down here, and I think this is going to be our first plot down here, or our first field, so to speak. So I'm going to keep within the boundaries of these markers, as opposed to, because our field boundary could actually go all the way to here, but we're going to leave a bit of a gap, and yeah, this is going to be our first field. I'm going to make this a grass field as well, I think. So my plan is to get animals fairly early on, but for now, if we get this grass cut, then we can get plow on it in maybe the next episode, and that's going to give us the opportunity to make this into an actual grass field. So we'll go up this way, see how the cutter fares on this slope. It's pretty steep, but it's managing. It's managing. And I think what we're going to do, we'll go right up to here. As far as it really wants to. Just there's okay, I suppose. And then we'll go along here. I just want to sort of skirt this cliff face here. There we go. And we'll go as far as these weeds, I think. Like so. And then that sort of brings us all the way back round to here. So that's going to be the boundary of our field, basically, I think. So that's that. Now then, do I need to get rid of any of these trees? Yeah, maybe this one. This one probably needs to go, doesn't it? Right. What I'll do, when I go back to the stores, I'll get a chainsaw as well. I know I can buy it just here, but let's do it as if we're actually buying it, shall we? So I will need to go back and get the tedder, and I'll need to get the windrower, and I will need to get the baler. So we'll go and get them in a little bit, and then yeah, that way we can get this all tedded and windrowed as well, baled up. I think I might extend this out a little bit further, you know. I might just extend this another little row down the way as well. Let's Oh, that's not liking this. So I'll do one more this way. Whoa! Oh dear. Should have gone up the way, shouldn't I? There we go. Yeah, that's pretty steep. I don't think I want to go any steeper than that on this. With this mower, it's just going to be a nightmare. There we go. Yeah, so I think let's do it this way round. Go up the way. It's better. So we'll just get this little bit done, and I think what I'll do is I'll bung this into a time lapse. We'll get some tunes on the go, and yeah, we'll see you once this field has started to be baled, I think. Yeah, we'll get to the point of baling, and then yeah, we'll get on to it. There we go then, everybody. Almost done. Got 2 rows to do, and yeah, got ourselves a few bales here as well, which is fantastic. I think we'll have probably 4 in total at the end, but there'll be some left in the baler in just a little bit, but we'll see in a second. let's get that lined up. There we go. So we've got once this is done, then I think we'll be almost finished. And what I am going to do just before the end of this episode is we'll just get a few things tidied up, because one thing I want to do, I mentioned it just before we started this field, is get rid of this tree in the middle here. So I did purchase a chainsaw just there, so we got that when we went to the stores, picked up all the other stuff, managed to get it all back in one foul swoop as well, which is quite handy. I also bought an axe because I think this is quite a good way of getting rid of these limbs, just like that. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and put this over here for now, out of the way so I don't lose it. So if I dump that there, that's not going to go missing suddenly. So I'll just get the last little bit of hay. Oh. Right, I think that's it all picked up. Looks like it. Yep. Okay. So I need to figure out a way of getting those bales off this field, but what I'm going to do just now is just dump these two here. Or they'll get dumped there. Never mind. Yeah, I will figure a way of getting them off that field and stacked together in a little minute. But I think we'll finish the episode there. This episode will be a bit longer just because it is a bit of an intro, but next episode what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my first production building, which I think will be to do with forestry. And yeah, what I will do as well is probably swap that greenhouse out for the mushroom one instead, just spend a little bit of that money. The other thing I'm going to do is just try and figure out some more placements for fields. Obviously we need to plough this one in, so what I might do is off screen go and buy a plough, and get this marked out, or maybe even fully done, and then look at marking out some other fields as well, and then that should lead us nicely into the next episode. So I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. And if you want to share a comment, you are more than welcome to, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, from No Man's Land and Jack Sarge's fantastic Banished adventure, take care, and we will see you all very, very soon. All the best.